Okay, we'll call the regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission for Monday, May 21st at 7:04 p.m. All members are present. Moving on to item 2, the consent agenda. We have a few items on the consent agenda. Item A, consideration possible action, approval of minutes and excused absence. Item B, consideration possible action, preliminary plat of Stewart Heights at section 18. Item C, consideration possible action, final plat of Riverstone Ranch, section 9. Item D, consideration possible action, master plat of Rice Dryer Commerce Park. Item E, consideration possible action, preliminary plat of Rice Dryer Commerce Park. And that concludes our consent agenda. Does anyone wish to pull any items from the consent agenda? Hearing none, do I hear a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. We have any further discussion? Nope, we won't have any. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. We have no new business for tonight. Moving on to item 3, discussion items, Commissioner's Activity Report. Anything, Daryl?
Where are they going to build that? And this is just something I found out today, but I was reading some stuff from the Economic Development. Where are they talking about building this assisted living home on right here by Green Tea and stuff? Where's it at? Y'all know?
I didn't hear about it, I'm sorry.
You don't know?
There's a pre-development meeting, the internal, well, I guess with the applicants, and that's gonna be behind the antique feed place.
Oh, okay.
Between that and the creek.
Okay, they're going to tear that house, or I guess they've already tore it down, haven't they?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was just wondering. 'Cause
That's where there's a pre-development meeting. I don't know if they'll finally settle on that project or not.
Okay, because at one time they had talked about putting one right there where they built the nice home back there. At one time they had talked about putting one right there in front of it. Never did.
Which is why I say that's where we're proposing an internal
Okay.
meeting, and I don't know what will happen after that meeting.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yes, sir.
Layni, you have anything?
What's the latest on the Ivy District?
I think Jay would probably be better able to
They're
answer
moving
that.
along. They should be coming before us with updated plat pretty soon, so you should see that plat within the next maybe month or two. But they're moving along with the process.
Mary?
I don't have anything at this time.
If I could just ask staff, when do you think the CP, lost it.
Amendment to the,
Yeah,
UDC.
the amendment to UDC package will be presented to,
I don't know, Lawrence, do you have any additional? I
an
know
idea?
Friday we were waiting for some internal research to be done. I wasn't privy to that information.
I don't have a
Another-
update on you.
another
Yes, sir.
month or
I don't know.
any idea? Okay.
I know that after your action was taken, it was communication was given to city council to verify that that's the direction they wanted to go, unless they wanted to do with a different regulatory scheme, or if they wanted to proceed differently. I don't have the answer to that though. I'm not in that loop, so I don't have additional.
So
detail.
our motion, our action from here was presented to council for their input, how to
Yes,
go
sir.
forward?
Yes, sir.
is that about,
Okay. I don't have anything else.
Well, I was told that they got something already that's set up for sexually oriented businesses, but the problem is with this particular thing, it's not listed as a sexual oriented.
Nor should it be.
Yeah.
You would not think that a nail
Yeah.
salon or
That's right. But there are some things in there from
And-
what I understand, but I haven't been able to pull it up. I've been
And I
trying to
think
go
with
back
this
through it.
not being on the agenda, we're probably,
can I ask one question? If something like that, does it normally go to council, from us to council? Is that the normal chain of events?
Yes,
chain of command, however you
Yeah.
wanna say it?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So,
But it will come back to us.
as an issue of procedure, whenever there are proposed changes to the UDC, those changes, the actual initiation of a proposed change to a land use table in the UDC would be either in the form of a workshop between the two of you, or in all likelihood, a joint public hearing with proposed language in it. And then there could be a dialogue with that
But our,
joint public hearing.
but our action from here went out as a poll to the council to see which direction they wanted to go.
Trying to think of how, no, sir. I
I'm
wouldn't
just trying
describe
to-
it as
I'm
a
just-
whole, and that's just because, you know, we can't talk to council and then take a vote, which is what some people would consider a poll would be, because that would be a violation of the Open Meetings Act. I think it would be better to say, here's what happened and transpired at that event, and here's how staff is planning on proceeding, unless you give us direction otherwise. And the way that they would give us direction otherwise would be, two people would say, let's put it on an agenda item, and give staff different direction. I don't know what comments, if any, have been made by city council to city manager or to the legal department,
And I guess,
if they wanted it on an upcoming agenda, or if there is a plan for an upcoming agenda that would be different from what y'all had asked staff to prepare.
okay, I'm just trying to wrap my arms around the procedure. If this commission wanted to propose a change to the UDC, which is what we came out of the last meeting with, that has to be approved by council before we move forward? Before staff prepares anything for,
Only
P&Z?
if council wants to proceed differently. If council says we would prefer to have, because as the example being, if there are other ways to tackle the same issue,
okay,
and council wants to proceed with one of those other ways, and they already know that the CUP route is not the route that they want to go, they would direct staff to prepare that other regulatory framework,
I guess
instead
that,
of staff spending their time drafting the CUP.
I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out how that happens.
We are,
So we communicate to council, then either council says, please put this on an upcoming agenda, and if we don't hear that, then staff proceeds with the direction that y'all gave.
but we asked, I think that what we were wanting was for some research to see if, how to proceed.
That's not what
No.
transpired that night, and I
No.
think now we're talking
I'm
about the
sorry.
content of the
Something
evening,
different?
and it would
Okay.
be
Yeah.
contrary
So,
to what's on the agenda, or just a discussion.
Maybe
sorry,
it was
an
a,
activity
it was a
report.
different night than maybe it was the
You
night
were-
I
yeah,
missed.
you
It was the
were-
night I
It was the
wasn't
night you
there. It
missed,
was-
so what we asked for was for staff to prepare a package to change the code.
He said we can't talk about it.
So now we're waiting to hear back from the direction
Of city.
that staff's been directed to go. Correct? Okay,
Yes.
I'm good. Anything else? Next P&Z meeting, June 4th.
That's correct.
That date rings a bell for me for some
June
reason. Anyway, anybody have anything else to add? Hearing none, I'll adjourn at 7:12.
I thought it was the other meeting.
Oh, really?
To do. Thank you.